So I've been watching this cartoon reviewer called TheMysteriousMrEnter since 2017, and despite him having several missteps, I still do enjoy his content, if me defending him twice now is any indicator of that. With that being said though, there are, like, almost no good commentaries on him. From what I've seen, commentaries on him are either overly subjective, overly spiteful, or just excuses for the creators of the product that he reviews. So today, I'll be looking at his top 10 worst Disney songs, because, needless to say, I have issues with it. Let's begin.
So, Phil Collins is a musical artist who has like a ton of musical awards. He even got one for the Tarzan soundtrack, which just opened a song up with How does the rest of the song go, Phil? Does Tarzan need the speed to be fast? What about the height to be tall? Does he get the intelligence to be smart? Maybe he finds the wealth to be rich. I could keep going on because this is just the laziest, stupidest lyrics that I have ever heard.
So, you need to get the power to be strong. And you need to get the wisdom to be wise. But if you're not wise, you don't have wisdom. So you can't get the wisdom to be wise if you're not wise already. 20 fucking years later, and these lyrics still mystify me, and I'm wondering why I'm the only one who notices this.
I mean, couldn't someone who isn't wise already learn to become wise? Since it is believed that wisdom can be both taught and learned. That's why the trope of old people being wise exists. Because wisdom is built on experience. And wisdom is also built on knowledge. Like, I'd go as far as to say that the song fits the movie here, because by your own admission even, the song is about Tarzan growing up, thus gaining experience. Like, the lyrics are terrible, I agree with you there, but by going,
but if you're not wise, you don't have wisdom, so you can't get the wisdom to be wise if you're not wise already.
That just feels overall ignorant.
And I mean, I like the Tarzan soundtrack more than most, I would think, but this song, it opens up like this, and it doesn't get any better. Like, I could pick this one apart line by line. This song is about Tarzan growing up. No shit, it's going to be him climbing that mountain. Who else would do it for him, Turk?
Why are you acting like the song is just stating the obvious? Like you said, this is a song about Tarzan growing up. Likewise, it would also be about his accomplishments as he's growing up and what he has done. So to just sit there and go, no crap, as if the song is just simply stating the obvious, overall just kinda misses the point. Like, you could still dislike these lyrics, but that's not a justification for missing the point. Especially when the song isn't trying to insinuate that anyone else would climb the mountain for Tarzan. Because, like I said, it is a song personal to him.
What you know about
So Tarzan is going to turn into a gorilla? You remember that, right, Phil? I'm pretty sure you read the script where it said that Tarzan covered his face in mud because he wanted to be a gorilla. That was one of his dreams. So, according to you, that's gonna come true, right?
Do you not know what hyperbole is, Enter? It's that technique used in writing to over-exaggerate a detail or set of details, so this just comes off as you taking the song at literal face value. And before someone says that I'm making excuses, well, he's the one looking at the song at literal face value, which can be seen as an issue, so it's not really me making excuses.
To Shakira's credit, Judy Hopps failed quite a bit in Zootopia, so a song about screwing things up constantly isn't out of place. Here, it really feels like Phil Collins has no idea what the movie is even about. I mean, Tarzan does grow up in this movie, this is the transition song when he does that, but it's not a coming-of-age film.
This point is kinda confusing to me. Like, all of Enter's other points were about how the lyrics are poorly written or nonsensical, but then he drops, it's not a coming-of-age film. Something that is so out of place with the rest of his points. Aside from the one about how the song is about Tarzan growing up from earlier in the video, and even then, these points are contextually different. Like, is the song trying to present itself as if it's about Tarzan being a coming-of-age film? This point feels like it's there for the sake of being there, since it's not really expanded upon much.
become a free spirit. He lives in the fucking jungle!
So are we just gonna ignore that lift your spirits could refer to him simply becoming happier? Or how becoming a free spirit means to live independent? So by definition, the gorilla family wouldn't be free spirits despite also living in the jungle? Like, I get it's a joke, but it's a joke with a point. And the joke implies that the idea of Tarzan being a free spirit is negated by him simply living in the jungle, even though that is simply not the case. After this, there are several entries that I think are decent, and though I could nitpick things like Enter saying that Ode to Joy is a church hymn, or him accidentally saying one film per movie instead of one song per movie, I'm just gonna skip it.
We're not saying you can change him, cause people don't really change. We're only saying that love's a force as powerful as strange.
Got it, kids? People don't change. Ever. Oh, okay, so you're saying that Esmeralda should have shown Frollo some love. Why, he's just a little bit of a fixer-upper. What are you even saying? People don't change, but if you show them love, that'll bring out their best, causing them to change.
As bad as Fixer Upper is, I think you're reading far too deep into this. Like, you're going to compare a situation where the rock trolls believe that Kristoff brought a girl home to a situation where Frollo obsessed over a woman and burned Paris down because apparently that comparison makes sense. Like, the rock trolls had a reason to believe that Kristoff brought home a girl, as stupid as the reason might have been. That's why the trolls want Anna to throw a little love his way, almost as if the song has context that you even acknowledged.
If you haven't watched the movie in a while, the trolls raised Kristoff. So, let's take a step back for a moment. In context, this song is a joke. Kristoff and Anna are on a quest to do something genuinely important that's not relevant here. But the trolls think that Kristoff brought a girlfriend home. He's brought a girl!
Meanwhile, pretty much every scene that Frollo shares with Esmeralda features Frollo acting creepy and calling her a gypsy, which is literally a slur. TLDR, the difference between these scenarios is context, and you cannot claim that this is just a joke because there's still a point there. This really does feel like Enter trying to connect something as simple as "you'll bring out their day" to a logical extreme. By the way, "you'll bring out their day" implies that throwing a little love their way will make them happier in the moment. Hence the choice of the word day specifically. She's not contradicting her "people don't change" wording from earlier in the song, even if that point is also terrible. She said bring out their day, not bring out their best. This is more than just semantics, and somehow you are strawmanning a song, because apparently that's possible now. Like, the curtains are just blue, man. After this entry, the number 2 and number 1 segments are pretty decent, even if the number 1 segment holds an older movie to a more modern standard. And again, I could nitpick the number 2 segment by saying that comparing The Color of Friendship to Pocahontas is unfair because Color of Friendship came out in 2000, whereas Pocahontas came out in the 90s, but I really don't want to be that commentator who just focuses on examples instead of points themselves. So yeah, I guess I can end the video right here.
They're yodeling to the melody of a church hymn over psychedelic Technicolor cows. Which is weird because there is no God here.